George, maybe you want to say a few words before the students ask questions to you.
I would like to thank CIRM, Jayadev, and Pascal and Stephanie for organizing the screening and for inviting me to participate. And I don't want to say anything about the film. I'm interested in the questions.
Okay.
Hello. I wanted to know if you studied science before, or if you just had an interest in Miriam's life.
I studied a history of science. My studies were in social science, religion, art, literature, and anthropology. And I have been, with the question about Maria Mizrakhani, I have been working on movies about mathematicians since 1988. I have made maybe 20, 25 movies about mathematicians. The first one was about Paul Erdõs. The name is N is a number. But you can look at the website, zolafilms.com, and you can see most of the films there.
Comment en fait vous avez fait pour récolter toutes ces informations sur la vie de Myriam?
I interviewed many of the people who worked with Mariam in mathematics, and you see them in the film. And then I interviewed her husband in California, and then I went to shoot in Iran for 2 weeks in 2019 to visit her university and her 2 schools that she went to, and interview people there and also some others. But go ahead. And then, so we collected material in Iran from the schools and from fellow students, from colleagues, and also from the Isfahan Mathematics House.
Well, I have another question. Well, what is the goal of this movie? Was it addressed for smart women, or was it to tell the people the story of Miriam?
Well, first of all, to tell the story of Miriam, because she was already famous in Iran, but people had no knowledge of the background of what she accomplished, and to introduce also some of the mathematics on a very basic level that she worked on. And I think you have Jayadev Atreya there. He was a big help in explaining the mathematics. So this is also an important part of the film. And the second and third parts, I think, are to inspire girls and young women to continue working in the field of science and mathematics everywhere in the world. And so far, this film has played in many, many countries for the last 3 or 4 years. The film was finished in 2020. And finally, it's inspiration also for Iranian people who have to find somebody that they could look up to because of the difficulties of political divisions. This is a person that everyone can be proud of. Somebody in the film says this. And also, I think it gives the people in other countries an insight into the quality of education in Iran, and particularly education for women in Iran.
Est-ce qu'à travers ce reportage, ce reportage, vous l'avez fait pour inciter les filles à travailler plus dans les mathématiques?
Well, I think that the film is very helpful to, especially for high school girls and college students, to show them that it's possible to do this for a woman and also for an Iranian woman.
I have 2 questions. First, did she inspire you? And second, do you find her in someone you know?
I have two answers for this question. Inspired me. Yes, I have a tremendous admiration for the way that she was able to concentrate on her work, for the things that she was interested in, and keep away and push away all of the problems of the larger world. In other words, she could negotiate a space for herself, which kept away the controversies and the difficulties facing everyone in our world when it comes to politics, when it comes to difficult situations. And she did this in an unbelievably masterful way. As a journalist and as a filmmaker who's working on a biography, I am always looking for contrast. I'm always looking for controversy, for tension, for things that could be negative about a person, so that this gives you more dimensions. And in this case, it was almost impossible to find anyone who said anything negative about Mariam. So this made my job much more difficult.
Have you ever met Mariam?
No, well, because it's possible that I did meet her, but I didn't know who she was. At a mathematics meeting when she was still alive, but it had nothing to do with the film. When we started the film, she was already dead. We started the film in 2018, and we finished it in end of 2019, January 2020.
Do you think there will be another Mariam nowadays?
I don't know how many people are studying mathematics, but I think that there are many, many talented mathematicians, and we can hope. I believe that many universities and institutes around the world are always looking for young people who have exceptional talent. And so today, the opportunity to be recognized at an early age, if you are good, is much more developed.
How much time did I take you to make this film?
2 years. We began in 2018 and we finished December 2019. The world premiere was at the Joint Mathematics meeting in Denver, Colorado in January 2020.
You said that you wanted to explain in a simpler way Miriam's research. Did you get helped by mathematicians to understand it better?
Yes, this is an important part of the film because many people who watch films are terrified of mathematics. And so I wanted to bring some of the mathematics in, and Jayadeva Treya and Erica Klarik, who is an American mathematics journalist, they worked together with me to create these stories of the animation, which you see in the film, 2 or 3 sections of this. And I think that we were able to, and we have animation for that. I think we were able to create sections where the general public can see a little bit of what was going on in Mariam's research, and a little bit of that idea of those topics in mathematics that she worked on. And so I always try to put a little bit in. It's very difficult material because only a few people specialize in these areas. And so I try to just give a view of that territory.
Yeah, Erica did her PhD in geometry and in group theory. She worked with Yair Minsky, who is another person in this area. But then Erica went and studied journalism after doing her PhD in mathematics. and she became a very good writer. So she's a brilliant writer. You can find her work in Quanta magazine online, and she writes beautifully about mathematics, and as you can see, she also speaks beautifully about mathematics. But so maybe something to say is that if you do mathematics, you can also do journalism and tell great stories.
Can we know if her friend Roya was at the level as Miriam, and what did she become?
The question is about Roya Beheshti.
Yes.
Oui.
Is it?
Non. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé avec sa
yes,
copine Roya?
Roya Beheshti is a professor of mathematics. I think at the moment, she was going back and forth between Missouri and Portland or Seattle, I believe. Maybe Jaya Devatreya knows exactly where she is today, but I'm not sure.
Roya is a professor at Washington University in St. Louis, which is one of the most prestigious universities. So she's a brilliant mathematician. She works in a different subject. She doesn't work in this kind of geometry, but she's a very, very, very good mathematician. You asked about this, at the same level. This is very hard because it's very hard to compare people in different areas. But Roya is absolutely brilliant and a really fantastic mathematician.
Hello, George. This is Johan Segura. I'm here too. First, thank you very much for all the help and everything. And I had a tiny question. I didn't know you didn't study mathematics. I understand you studied sociology, comparative religions, and very humanist fields, and then you did movies, and at some point you made, I think, almost movies only about mathematics, mathematicians, and why is the reason? What is touching you, moving you in this in mathematics? How come? How did it happen?
Well, it's a very good question, and it has many different answers, but the two easiest things I like to say about this question is that I discovered the story of Paul Erdős in 1987, 88, and it was a story of a man who dedicated his life to mathematics and lived the life of a traveling monk who he had no possessions. He didn't care about money or jobs. And to me, this looked like an example of absolute freedom. And that interested me in his story. And then making this film introduced me to the world of mathematicians. And then one story came after the next because he was so famous and so well known.
I just wanted to know what the daughter of Miriam became, and if she is following the path of her mother or liking maths.
I wish I could answer that question. I know she's a teenager now, and I last spoke to her father maybe 2 years ago, and I don't know. I think she was just a high school student. Next time I talk to him, I will ask that question. I wish I could answer you. Encore, s'il vous plaît.
So there are no questions. So they ask all their questions. And George, I asked my questions when at IHES 10 days ago. So I have no questions for you. But I really want to thank you for being here and for answering all the questions of the girls who are in the room, and also as a guy who had met Mariam many times. Each time I watch your movie, I'm really moved by this movie, and so thank you very much also, because for it's good for everybody, but for people like me, it's really something extremely moving. Thank you very much, George.
thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation to participate, and for all of the students and the researchers in the room. I think, what should I say? Forward.
Continuez, continuez.
Merci, thank you.
Thank you.